Hello. Hello, Anthony. Your first one here again. Thanks for being here. I'm in Coos Bay. And yeah, I still, I, I got a hotel. I was going to stay in California for longer, but I didn't like the hotel I got in Crescent City. So I decided just to move on. And I came into Oregon. And yeah, I was going to talk about fear, and now I feel like I've lost my, I don't know, momentum. I don't know. I'll get going though again. I'll get on my soapbox. I got these little redwood animals at, where was I? I was at the grandfather tree. It's a little elephant and a little owl. Not all who wander are lost. I really like this hotel room compared. the, the one I got in Crescent City was so bad. Hey Pam, hi. I need to say a poem. So I'm gonna say this one. I don't really need to read it. I pretty much have this one. I just haven't said it in a while, though, so I don't want to mess it up. It's called The Haunting. I could just run away, try to live my way another day, but what would be the use? Wasted time, a wasted life. But then again, I could give it all to him and he transforms it. If I turn to the left or the right, you're halfway there, or perhaps not quite. I hear him all the time. I open my eyes and he lights up the sky. In a song, I see him. In a tree, he's there. What is this love he has for me? Wherever I go, to a movie or a show, there isn't a thought he doesn't know. He is the great I am, and yet he is my friend. It's too wonderful to comprehend. He'll always be there till the end. When we've been there 10,000 years, his voice will echo in my ears. Still his praises I will sing, always and forever. He is my king. Yes, it's so pretty here, Pam. Um, Thanks for coming in. Um, so yeah, there's just so much. Um, uh, I was watching Story Chasing today, and then I started watching Where's Tiffany, and just so many people going through stuff, and I feel a lot of times that the fear is related to the depression. Um, um, I feel a lot of times it is. And I know it's been that way in my life also. And like, I know some people would say like, why did you like if your ex was so bad, why did you stay so long? Well, you know, fear of being alone and fear of being independent when I was never I was never really independent. I went right from I say the frying pan into the fire, right from my parents to getting married at 19. So, hey Tim, hey Bat, what's up? We gave him the name Tim, the name Bat at the glow meetup. But I'm liking this hotel room, and I brought all my little friends in here with me. I'm crazy. I brought all these animals with me. Um, my llama, my ram. This is the skunk from my mom.
What's that smell? How you doing? I like the skunk. What's that smell?
That's just one of the ones I saved. I'm not really a minimalist. You can tell I'm not minimalist. Oh, and I found earrings with pumpkins on them for October. October is one of my favorite months, and I think that October might be when I'm going to see my grandbaby. And I got her this silly. They had all these bath toys, and I got her. So my middle daughter had my first grandbaby in April, and I got her this silly. You can't really see it. It's a mermaid with little baby mermaids. I got this in Crescent City. There was a statue of a mermaid in Crescent City too, and there got these funny refrigerator magnets. This one says, "Whether ye be a pirate or a mermaid, seize the day." It says with SEAS. Seize the day. And this one says, "Mermaids have more fun." And so my daughter and her husband, and so my daughter in Pennsylvania and her husband just bought a house, and she invited me to come see her. So I said September. They're getting settled in August. I'm getting settled in my apartment in August. So in August. So I'm thinking she invited me to come see her. So I'm thinking maybe September or October. And I already found a pumpkin candle at Walmart. I was at Walmart last night because I love October. October is my birthday, and I'll be where there'll be all the seasons. St. Louis, there was the seasons, but so I'll be another, because I usually wasn't in a place where there were that many. Well, in Georgia we had a little bit of it, but middle Georgia, but not really snow. I have a squirt, diet squirt. I tried to go to the museum. Things are closing early, and I don't get out. And I tried to set up my. It took me like an hour on the phone to set up my internet for my apartment today. An hour. And I'm like, I haven't set up my, electricity yet. So, because it's like, then she put me on hold and let me, tell them not to turn it on till this date. And I'm like, well, okay. If you don't let me get off the phone, I won't have electricity. So they won't be able to turn anything on. I don't know. So, yeah, this is funny. They had all different animals, and then they had the mermaid, and I'm like, that's the one. So, yeah, my daughter, my grandbaby has red hair. So it's like when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I gotta get her the mermaid one. And I'm getting carried away here, but and I found her a little book, and so my daughter said that she was reading to her, which is great. I read to my kids when they were very young too, and even from when they were babies, and sang to them and stuff. So I was at a little antique store, and I got this little. This looks like it's not as cute though. Actually, it's a cute little old picture. It kind of reminded me of my mom, one of my mom, but my mom is actually even cuter than that. But it says, "Abide with me," and it says, "Trust, hope, and pray." Trust, hope, and pray. So I got that little card to send someone. But yeah, there's a lot of verses on fear in the Bible. Oh, and I found this Bible with this like 70s dove on it at the antique shop. Oh, I was gonna post my pictures. I didn't post them. But I found like an old Michael Jackson album I had, and it was like $30. I'm like, I should have saved that. I should have saved that. Um, that's one with Thriller on it, the, the Thriller album. And then there was this clock radio, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is the clock radio I had like in the 80s. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't need to worry about like all the stuff you don't have anymore. You just go into one of these little antique thrift stores, and like it's all there. And it's like, wow, I used to have that. I used to have that. And I see things all the time. It's so cool. I love to just go. And I haven't in a while, because when you downsize, you're like, oh, I can't go in there and buy anything. but but my sister-in-law, we used to do that together all the time. So, and my sister-in-law had one of the first places I went in my RV was to California, and I went to my brother's, and my sister-in-law was ill, and she was a very good friend through the years, and especially when I went through um, my separation and divorce. At that same time, I I left my church because of things that happened at the church. I said on another video, I got wrongfully kicked out of the recovery group because they said I repeated something outside of the recovery group. And like, that was all my friends. And like, I just really felt so alone. Speaking, of fear, I felt so alone. And my sister in law was really there for me. And one of the first things I did was I came to California and visited my family um, in 2014, and I went to see my dad and my stepmother and my brother and my sister-in-law. Um, so, and when I was to see my sister-in-law, she started, like, in the past she would maybe, I don't know. I just always had kids. My youngest is 21 now. So, but when my ex and I split up, my youngest was 13. Yeah, because it was 2014. And and also just because I wouldn't go anywhere, and so my sister-in-law, when I saw her, and when I went to California in 2014 from Georgia, she said, "Do you want to go to Niagara Falls?" And I was like, yes. I just started saying yes to things that I normally would have said no, because I knew my ex didn't want me to, wouldn't want me to go. So we went to Niagara Falls, and then we went to a couple Christian conferences. We went to, what's it called? The big Christian women's conference that had like Women of Faith, that's what it's called. We went to Women of Faith conference in North Carolina after that too. And we would go antiquing too. So we would go places um, like Niagara Falls, and we'd go to these women's conferences, and we'd always go antiquing. So that was just a fun thing, and that reminds me of her going to antique stores. I tried to go to one that was called Fat Cats. Um, and my mom liked this restaurant that was in Aurora Grande, or not near, I think maybe it was in Pismo Beach or somewhere down there by where they lived. Um, it was called Fat Cats. I should have looked to see if that was still open. But anyways, I saw an antique store called Fat Cats, but they were closed. They closed at like 5, and I'm like, I'm not even getting out and looking around until late. Thank you all for being here. So, have any of y'all struggled with fear? I'm told that it says fear, do not fear, like in the Bible, whenever like angel appears or something like that, they say, do not fear, do not fear, do not fear. That it's like 365 times in the Bible. And what got me going on this again was my first live too. My first live was on fear. So, and because I was afraid to do this, and I said to Carol, A Glorious Life on Wheels, I said to Carol, I said I was terrified to take off in my RV. I was so scared. She's like, well, why did you do it then? And I was like, I just knew I had to do it. Excuse me. I knew I had to overcome my fear, and I always used to listen to Joyce Meyer, and she talks a lot about fear too. And she has this saying, she says, to do it afraid. Why don't you just do it afraid? Even though you're afraid, that's where the bravery comes from. Oh, that's right. I was going to read you a specific poem in here that talks about, because I was listening to Joyce Meyer today talk about fear, and she was contrasting things. There's like an opposite, and that's why I wore this shirt, faith over fear. There's opposite things, and that's the opposite of fear is faith. So step out in faith. I'm trying to think of where this. I have poems in here. This was my first book. This was published on Amazon for free, which is what I should have done with my. Okay, here is the poem I was thinking about, because Joyce Meyer was talking about all these contrasts. And so I was thinking of this poem. And it's called Darkness and Light. And I put a verse before it that says, what I say to you in the dark, tell in the light, and what you hear whispered in the ear, proclaim upon the housetops. Matthew 10:27. Darkness and light. Without fear, we couldn't be brave. Without temptation, we couldn't have victory. Without darkness, where is the light? And without day, there'd be no night. With no sin, where'd be purity? It's hell to imagine no heaven above, and if there's no hate, then where is the love? How could we know peace without the turmoil, freedom without chains, blessing without cursing, righteousness without shame? So trust him in the darkness, he gives his beloved sleep. Awaken with the dawn, his mercies new, for he your soul will keep. Yeah, and I was thinking of that poem today. I also like the one there's one in First John about fear. And also a good one that my friend Char reminded me of is the one in Timothy, 2 Timothy, that says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I like that one. But yeah, there's a lot in the Bible about not having fear. And because I went to this, there was a channel I was still getting notifications for that I don't really, there's a lot of channels that I don't go to anymore. But that's another story. That's another story. So a notification came on and I went to the channel and actually said like #World War III, and I was just like, what? And it was just all, I didn't say, I mean, maybe she was being balanced, but it just didn't sound like it to me, and it sounded just very fear mongering, and I was just like, no, I don't think so. But I really like the verse in and like while I'm on this trip, I'm trying to, I don't know, reflect, spend some time thinking through things in my life and things that I've done and all of that. And so 1 John 4, 5 is where it says God is love. He who abides in love abides in God and God in him. And okay. Love has no room for fear. Rather, perfect love casts out all fear, since fear has to do with punishment. Love is not yet perfect in one who is afraid. So if we have trust in God, there's like the opposite of fear is love, faith, having trust in God, having love, and, perfect, just, I mean, I don't even think, I know, like, what am I trying to say here? Even like people say it in a different way, and like call it the universe, call it whatever you want. Just trusting that things will work out, and not giving up. Hey, there's Eric. Hi, Eric. Wow, there's 7 watching now. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go see my niece probably. And in August, I'll be back in Denver area. So, but yeah, I've had an interesting time in San Francisco, and I just, that area has so much memories because my grandparents lived in that area, and um, I wasn't able to go see my mom's sister again, and so I was kind of sad about that. And then I just felt like I went by my brother's house, my oldest brother, who died in 2005 because of heroin. And so that was kind of emotional. And so San Francisco is not. You know what I've learned about myself too on this trip? You guys want to hear this? Well, one, I don't really like camping. So I'm like, after the Glow meetup, I'm like, no, I'm not going to camp. I don't want to camp. Not until I get another RV. See, that's the thing. We camped when I was little, and we slept in the tent, and my parents slept in the RV. I guess that's why when I grew up, I want to get my own camper, so I get to be in. Because when I was little and we were in Yosemite, I was always afraid of bears. And my older siblings like to make me scared, and they probably, you know, told me a bear was going to get me. That's the kind of siblings I had. They probably were like, a bear is going to get you and eat you, Susan. And uh, so yeah, and there was a bear at Klamath. This time, somebody was stopped on the road in front of me, and they saw the bear. I didn't see the bear, but the, and he was like sort of blocking my way because the road was narrow, and so he got out of his car and he's like, there was the bear. And but I didn't. There was a campground right down there and people camping, but I didn't see the bear. And then also the first time I was in Klamath, there was a bear. Like the first night I was there, and there was a noise, and I wish I would have looked out to see the bear, but I was so scared and I just didn't even look out. And um, the next day, the owner of the campground said it was a bear. And I'm like, all this talk about Bigfoot, I heard that sound the first night, and thankfully, I'm in my RV. I feel safe. And I hear the sound outside my RV, and it was a bear. The owner of the RV park said, he's like, yeah, we saw it on the video camera, and it was a bear. And I was like, I heard it. I heard it. And I was so sad. I was like under the covers. I'm talking about fear, right? So this goes. But yeah, so I've learned that I don't want to camp in a tent. In an RV, yeah. I want to get me a little tab like Pam has. That'll be cool. Um, I don't have anybody else talking. Am I still like going? Can y'all hear me? I have 6 watching. Um, I don't see anybody else coming in or anything. Let me see if I'm going on YouTube here. Tell me if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. There I am. Nobody's chatting in the chat is what it is. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. Talk to me. So anyways, what are you guys afraid of? I put who's afraid of the big bad wolf because I'm redheaded riding hood, you know? Here's my Wolfie. Hi, V. Hello. How are you? But yeah. So another thing I've learned, well, from Denver and looking around Denver and being in Denver for a month, and then being in San Francisco is like I don't like big cities. I've never really lived in a big city, and I don't really want to. I like small towns better, like the Mellencamp, like the Mellencamp song. Small town. I was born in a small town. Um, so I've gone 30 minutes. I realized last time I was saying I'll go to the top of the hour, and I started at 8:30, so I'll go till 9:30. I found the sticker. But yep. Yep, I'm looking forward to having like my own place to go to, because I really am a homebody. I was a homebody without a home. Well, and then when like I sold my RV, it was like now I'm homeless again. So I'm looking forward to having my own place, and I'm not going to be in the city, but I'm going to be nearby. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I have uh, I rented an apartment. I'd like to eventually get a tiny house. I've been looking around at the tiny home tours. Hey, loves. Oh, you're traveling too, huh? Yeah, but so I'm having a good time, and oh, you're on a bus. Wow, and you got good reception. I got the little wolf at the California Wolf Center. But yeah, I'm having a good time, but I am getting tired of going. I have to go again tomorrow. Leave this hotel room and go to um, see my niece in Bend. So, but that'll be nice. And I'm getting things set up for my apartment. So yeah, I didn't buy a sticks and bricks. I was looking around, but Boxy. Hey, Roy and Becky are here. Hi. Hello. What is a Boxby? Yo, Tim is very helpful with stuff. How are things going with you guys, Roy and Becky? I'll drop the link. Well, I know that Loves is traveling, but if anybody wants to come up, I'll drop a link. And I'll see if this works. So I'm on hotel internet, so I don't know. So it was a weird thing that happened last time I went live. Is I wasn't connected to the internet, but somehow my live kept going and I didn't go out, but I couldn't chat in the chat. It was the weirdest thing. I couldn't drop a link. Um, and my live kept recording, it kept going, and people kept answering me back in the chat, but I couldn't post a link in the chat. It was weird. And then and I couldn't even end it because it said I wasn't connected to the internet, but I was still going. So it was really, really strange. Really, really strange. I don't know how that worked. Yeah, I know you're on a bus, but I just dropped it. I don't know if anybody will come up. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. Maybe 25 minutes or something like that. If anybody wants to come up. Oh my goodness. You're in the middle of a monsoon. Wow. Somebody's car alarm is going off. Wow. So I got this nice big room. I'm on the end, kind of like when I was in Oceanside. I had that big room, but I had the kitchen there. And I'm in this room on the end, and I can park, pretty much by the door. But right by the door will be taken. Like I'll go out in the evening because the hotel fills up every night. I guess it's people coming up the coast, and then empties out in the morning when people check out. So it's a lot of people just staying for one night, because when I got here, like at 9:30 at night, the whole parking lot was full, and I had to park on the end, but still it was like right by the door. So because the horrible hotel I got in Crescent City was like so bad. Like they said here, like there must be a lot of bad hotels in Crescent City because a lot of people that are driving up the coast come from Crescent City and say that they had a horrible hotel in Crescent City. But okay, first of all, it was the TV didn't work. The bed was really hard. It just kept getting worse and worse. I was just like, I debated just leaving there that night because it was like 9:30. I'm kind of a night owl, and it's like I could keep, I could go somewhere else, or book it online is what I usually do. That's why I didn't really. It's like the pictures were misleading, and I'm wanting to maybe save money. I was like trying to like book a nicer place and then book a cheaper place, and no, that's not a good idea. You get what you pay for, I guess. I don't know, but so anyways, this hotel and just kept getting worse and worse. And like I tend to drive till late at night, so I got there late, and I guess the people that checked in before me got the good rooms and got the good parking spots, and so I was on the second floor, no elevator, and then I had to park in the middle, no parking by the stairs, so I had to carry my stuff up, And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then my key card didn't work when I went out to get something from the car, put something in the car. I can't remember which. My key card didn't work. And I had to get the maid to open the door for me. And I'm just like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And then the lady wanted to argue with me. That's a new key. That's a new lock. That's a new door lock. That's a new TV that doesn't work. Why didn't you call us? And I was like, it was late. I didn't want to bother you. Um, but anyways, it was just like the worst hotel I've ever stayed at. And I stayed there for one night because it was just too late really to go anywhere else. But I was just like, I sat there, thought about it, and I was like, what do I do? Am I gonna stay here? Am I gonna go? Hey, Ron. Yep, I'm in Oregon. And another thing, speaking of fear about this hotel room, is it has two doors. That's what you think about, like traveling and safety and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not sure that I like that it has two doors. It has two doors. Even the huge one, the room that I got that was bigger than this, didn't have two doors. It only had one door, which I liked because it's only one possibility of someone coming in. And but I feel like this is more so good. Coos Bay seems like just a sleepy little town. I'm right. I'm not actually in Coos Bay. I'm right by Coos Bay. I'm not saying exactly where I am. And when I was in San Francisco, I didn't say where I was um, for similar reasons. But but yeah, I went for a ride on the Bay, San Francisco Bay, and my my stickers are Ron's stickers. Because Ron doesn't have stickers, does he? Rondell, do you have stickers yet? Um, I'm glad. I'm honored to be on the back of it. Yes. I gave out all the stickers I had with. I have more at home. I have home. It's the first time I went off without everything I own with me. Because every time I'd leave Gladys's, I would take all my stuff with me every time I go out and travel because everything I owned was in my RV usually, and I would take everything out of my room at Gladys's and put it in my back in my RV and go. And then in the 7 months I was at Gladys's from October till June, end of May, I gradually got all the stuff out of out of my RV, and then decided to sell him, and then sold him in May. That's when I sold my RV, and then June is when I bought my RAV. I'm seeing all these. There are so many um so many one. There's Troy. Hey Troy, how far are you from here? um yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to go to bed earlier tonight and get up earlier because I checkout is at 11. I got a lot of stuff to put in the car. I'm gonna see if I can stop by Troy's for lunch or something. What do you think, Troy? Hey, do you want to come up? Yeah, so it was last year, it was May when I was in Coos Bay before I went to the Oregon meetup. I was just going to go 15 more minutes. But, anyways, there's a link if anybody wants to come up still. But I'm just going to go probably till 9:30. 9:30 or something. I could go longer if anybody wants to come up. But it's up to you. Up to you. I'll probably start packing up after this because I usually stay up late, so I will. Hey, Catherine. Hi. How's it going? Good to see you. Okay, we come in 5 minutes. Yeah, so I'm enjoying this trip. It's I'm getting used to being getting used to traveling by my alone, and I'm kind of enjoying it because we drove across the country a couple times with all the kids. Well, when we had 3, and then when we had 4, and then when we had 5, that was really crazy. When we had 5, insane. And you can't. It's not restful. You can't do like you know. My ex was in charge of. Well, we had to see family. We would always have this conflict when we came out here because he wanted to see places and not people. And so yeah, I can head that way. I think like between here and Bend, I enjoy Coos Bay. It's nice. I ate at this nice restaurant, and this one tonight was not as fancy as the one I ate at last night, but they were both pretty good, and they had view of the bay. Yep. Yeah. So I'm going. I got I got a paper map of California, Troy. Right. When we were at Troy's last May, and I was laughing at Cargo Dan's paper map. I just got a paper map of California, but I left California, so it won't do me any good anyways. But now I need a paper map of Oregon. But I think like on my way to Bend from here, Troy, that I could stop and eat with you or something. Because I'm going to Bend. So, yeah. I actually like brought my stuff in. Like I said, I brought my stuff down. Oh man, I have Yoda. Ridiculous. I'm not really a minimalist. I have less, but I'm not a minimalist. Oh yeah, I should look into that, Catherine. I so since I I did Airbnb myself. I'm kind of like don't want to do Airbnbs because I've never I've not found when I'm staying at someone else's Airbnb, I'm not liking it as much as my Airbnb. And like, I like to have the place to myself. I like to be alone. So, but I bet there's nice places I could find. I need to start planning more ahead of time, but I don't do that. So that's why sometimes it works out fine, but I'm just not planned ahead. Like I haven't booked the next hotel I'm staying at yet, but I'll probably do that tonight. And I didn't plan. The only thing I had reserved was Carol had my place reserved at the William Heights Park in Julian, California. That was the only place I had planned ahead of time. So it's like I need to be out there. And then I did have my hotel booked in San Diego 2 days before the Glow meetup, and then I couldn't cancel that. So that's why I haven't really, unless they're ones I can cancel. I had one for the Grand Canyon, and I was able to cancel that one, so I was thankful. But I wasn't able to cancel the. Yeah, I have less. I'm not a minimalist, but I have a lot less than I did before. But I had a lot before, so I don't know. Going to Bend. I'm going to Bend, and I'm in Coos Bay. I'm near Coos Bay. So wait. I'm not saying specifically where I am, but I'm right by Coos Bay. It's funny because I'm in North Bend, I'll tell you. But it's confusing because it's not north of Bend, Oregon. It's just North Bend, but it's southwest of Bend. But it's North Bend. Makes no sense at all. I don't practice my flute enough, and I want to learn some new songs on it. But that's a song from The Hobbit. And I think my windows are still open. Wait, let me look. Be right back. I have 5 more minutes. Now I was able to park my car so I can see it out the window. But yeah, my windows were open. I don't want to be too loud. But yeah, so nobody's coming up. That's okay. I'm just going once a week. That's funny. Indiana. See, this should be south. I mean, this is technically, I guess, southwest Oregon, but I don't know. But it's North Bend. It confused me because it came up on my hotels app, and I was like, well, it even confused. So my niece is new to Oregon. Really, she just moved here last year. So when I texted her that I was in North Bend, she called me because she thought I was close by, but I'm actually 4 hours away from her. So it's confusing. Oh, okay. Troy's here. Hey.
Just pulled in the driveway.
How's it going?
Oh, all right. You?
All right.
Oh, the car's
Good.
still not off. There we go. Car's off now. Ding, 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 ding. There we go.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a
From...
RAV4 hybrid now, Troy.
Nice.
It is nice,
the,
except when it tells me to take it to the Toyota dealership. Like,
hold on, Christian said something to me. Hold on.
hi, Christian.
He says hi back. Oh. I was racing down the highway with one of those I have to pee moments. It's like rip into the driveway and take care of business.
I
Looking
went
for
to
a lighter.
This big, huge touristy trap place, Grandfather Tree. That's what it was.
Did you grab the lighter? It was in here.
So I'm at this place and they have all these beautiful wood carvings, and I'm looking around and I stopped to go to the bathroom. And can you believe they don't have a bathroom?
I don't think I'll be.
No bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Wow. What now?
I'm talking to Randy.
Okay. You can if you want.
Huh?
You can if you want. Hold on. Christian needs me again. He's not being nice. He's been in a mood for like 2 days. I don't get it. Relationships are hard some days.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay outside and enjoy the cool air for a minute.
Yeah, I hated to close the window. What's the temperature there?
Tolerable.
Tolerable.
Yeah.
It's really cool here. My niece said it was like 100 degrees in Bend. I was like, what? I don't want to go there now.
It was today. It was 100 degrees today.
Wow, that's crazy.
It feels like 68 right now. 65 to 70.
Well, that's better.
Light breeze, about 2-3 miles an hour. Feels good.
It's 59 degrees here. 59.
Yeah, probably. It's my wallet. It's in the car. Hold on, Christian needs a few dollars.
Go into the store. It's funny, these names of these marijuana dispensaries are cracking me up. Like, what was one called? The Coastal High. And then there was another one. Wait, I took a picture of it. They always have some play on words, funny name.
Yes, I think I think they're unique for that reason. There we go.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know. It seems like there's more dispensaries here than in California, and they all have
There
funny
might be.
names. Oh, Smoke on the Water. That's what
Nice.
one I went by yesterday. Smoke on the
Hmm.
Water. Okay.
Okay. Oh, so we're not in La Pine right now. We're down in Schmaltz, which is about 40 miles south, um, down
Let
towards
me
Crater Lake.
see. Oh, yeah.
So
I've been there. You took me there, but
yeah,
you were driving, so
was I?
yeah. We went there to pick up something.
Oh yeah, I remember now. So we're down at that house. So after the live, I'll give you a call and fill you in on a few things that have happened in my life recently that are slowing me down on getting where I want to be. Not
Yeah.
something to share on a live though.
Hmm.
Oh, that's me. It
How
looks
do you
like you still
spell
have my
that?
Chemult.
Oh, okay.
I'm shocked Roy didn't come up say hi.
Um. Well, they're in the middle of a monsoon, he said.
Yeah, their internet's in and out when that happens.
Yeah, they
Excuse
have
me
drive
about
up coffee.
drive up what?
Coffee, Catherine says. They have drive up coffee on every corner, it seems, in Oregon. Yeah, there's one
Yeah,
right over here by the hotel called the Human Being. It's not coming up on my
yeah.
Google Maps. Spell that, the name of that town again.
Chemult.
I'm spelling it wrong. Okay.
Yeah,
And
Christian's
that's
running off to his
pronounced
dispensary.
Schmalt.
Yeah,
Schmalt.
yeah. Population like 203. Inconveniently located for everybody.
3 hours and 30 minutes away.
Yeah, I would basically go up to I drive up 101 out of Coos Bay to a little town called Florence, and when you enter Florence, you'll come across the bridge, and you'll come into town. And the first traffic light you come to is 126, and I would take a right at that traffic light and head over towards Eugene, head east, and that's the
Mhm.
quickest and easiest route to get here.
And how far are you from Bend?
About an hour south.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Okay.
So you literally have to travel 8 miles south from where it drops you on 97 to get to Schmaltz, and then you turn around and go back 70 some miles to Bend.
Yeah, I didn't think you were that far out of the way. So
Yeah, no, it's only about 30 miles from the Lapine house to Bend. This is
I
about
was
another
like,
40.
do I want to see Troy? And I was like, I think it's on the way, actually, almost.
So
Close enough.
almost.
Close enough for me to see my brother.
Yeah, Florence is pretty.
Yeah,
Catherine
I
Betty
went
says,
there
yeah.
before. I think I went to Florence before I went to because I was here before I went to Alsea Falls last time.
There's not a lot of beach access in Florence, but it's a beautiful little town. I love Old Town. It's right down by the docks. Cool
Uh-huh.
little shops to go through. Nice
Mm-hmm.
campground right there at the docks also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to find something that I can tow with my RAV, like a little trailer, like a little tab or a little what did Carol call it?
Something
She called
small.
it
I call them
uh
pocket trailers.
yeah,
They're,
a
they're,
little
they're like
little
having,
one.
yeah. Well, there's a brand called Little Dude. The little clamshell trailers.
Yeah, like a little teardrop trailer.
Teardrops too. Yes. Yeah.
Something that my RAV can
You can
tow.
you can put a few things in them. They got a bed, little kitchen in the back usually.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty cute. They're pretty cute.
Little
You
bathroom.
can sit, you can sit up in them. Well, sort of. Those usually don't have bathrooms, but you can get a little bigger one like a tab or something that does.
Yeah, my friend that I met at the Glow meetup, Pam has one that she showed me, and it's cute and it looks like she pulls it with a Honda SUV, I think,
Yeah,
or a
you can pull all
minivan.
those
She
little
maybe pulls,
trailers.
yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. So I'm gonna go see my grandbaby in Pennsylvania, probably October. But so my daughter and her husband bought a house in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
But I don't know if they have room to put me up. Maybe I'll start looking for the trailer when I get back to Littleton.
Yeah,
But
small
yeah.
trailers are fun. We just went to some. I would have been home an hour ago, but we decided to go and scout out some of the campsites that I like, and you couldn't get a big RV in some of these. You'd have to have something small like a RAV4 and a little trailer to get into them.
Oh.
I was going down some dirt roads in my little minivan. Of course, it's a lowrider, but I was actually scraping my spare tire carrier underneath the rig in the center of the road on a few spots. And then the road got narrow on a few places. I'm like, oh, this is where I'd be scratching the paint on an RV. Oh well, this can't go down this road with something big.
Hmm. Did you see that I sold Sonny to a retired dairy farmer in Missouri?
No, I just heard that you sold it.
Yeah, I found the perfect buyer. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was a pretty clean rig.
Yeah, that's what he liked. I guess I guess he saw a lot of people that, didn't
There's
keep
a
them
lot of
very clean. And yeah,
there's
I
a
even
lot of
told him what you
garbage out
said.
there.
You're
But
like, this is the cleanest rig in
yeah,
all of Oregon.
yep. A lot of people just keep them in storage. They clean them out, use them, take them camping. Don't even wash the outside half the time. Put them back in storage. That's it. But Oregon's a
Hey, there's
fairly
Renee.
dusty state. Is Renee here? You go to chat.
Hi, Renee.
Hello, Renee.
Um, yeah, so I guess he looked at a lot of ones where people had dogs in them and didn't, clean it up very well. And he's like, they were all full of hair. And I'm like,
And dirt around every crack. And yeah, you kept Sunny in good shape.
yeah, like everything that broke, I got fixed.
Yep.
And he was looking at my,
So lucky.
he was a smart guy though. He was looking at my YouTube channel. I'm like, well, you'll see everything that broke, and that I thought the gas was leaking, but the gas wasn't leaking. And, everything I said, on my channel. So, um, yeah, he looked at that and everything. So, and I delivered it to him.
Oh, nice. That makes a difference.
Yeah, he's like, I was just trying to think of how, and I wasn't even thinking. I was just so excited. I knew that I trusted him, and so I wanted to sell it to him. And so I said, I'll deliver it. We'll deliver it. I'm like, I'll deliver it. And then I was like, oh shoot, I said, Gladys is going to be out of town. And, he's like, you have someone to follow you? And I was like, oh man, I don't. But then this friend reconnected with me on Instagram, who was in the area, and I was like, I know someone who will help me. So I got Mario to help me, and we delivered it.
Nice.
So it worked out. It worked out good. And I sold it on Mother's Day. Yeah, I camped in my car. I camped in my car at William Heights at the Glow meetup.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so excited, and I was pretty comfortable too. There's a picture on my Instagram because I had I got a foam pad at Walmart, and I had my sheets and my blankets. I have this blanket here. I brought an extra blanket in here. And I was pretty cozy, but I was kind of claustrophobic. I was able to lie down in it, and I'm 5'9", so I was able to lie down in the back, and I could even sit up like this.
Is it a hybrid? Is it a gas?
Yeah, it's a hybrid. But when I laid down, I really kind of felt claustrophobic. I just felt too closed in. Like I was in a coffin. And I didn't sleep well. So on the last night of the meetup, after we had the potluck, I went to the Mountainside Spa and Retreat. This little, they call it the Buddha Hotel. There were Buddhas everywhere. And it was really quiet because there was like not that many people there, and
well,
I wasn't able to get
car
massage. Yeah, it looks a lot like mine.
Yeah, she's got the Subaru, and it's a no build, and she's got it going on for a daily driver. That she turns into a little camper when she goes. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even want to camp in it anymore. I want to get the trailer and all like that better. I don't want to, because after that I thought maybe I would camp at. Everything was so full coming up. It's like totally different, like the timing of when I was traveling in my RV was so perfect, you guys. And I just, like, it wasn't planned. I didn't plan anything. I didn't plan anything. And
those are the best trips.
Yeah, really. And because of COVID, though, that's why everything wasn't too full. But now in Klamath, everything is pulled. I pulled into the Klamath River RV park, and I don't think I would have been able to get a place without a reservation. And I couldn't even find a hotel in Klamath because Klamath is little. And I think there's only one, the casino, the Indian Casino, and Holiday Inn.
You'll probably need a little generator like a Predator or a Honda if you get a little trailer. That way you could do some glamping and still have your power.
Yeah.
That small glamping's nice.
Yeah. I got a tent. Like Tim Morbang, Tim helped me set up my tent at the Glow meetup, but I just needed to take the stuff out of my car and put it in the tent, and then I slept in the wrap because I had too much stuff. I didn't really pack light because I knew I was gonna be gone for a month, and I didn't really like sort out my stuff because I just brought too much stuff. I just overpacked, and so I put all my stuff instead of sleeping in the tent. I put my stuff in the tent so I could sleep in my RAV, and I just got so dirty, and I'm just like, I don't want to sleep in a tent anymore. I did that when I was a kid. We camped a lot, and my parents got the camper.
I can't sleep anymore. I got to have a soft mattress, or I just wake up so stiff it ruins my day. And the day after over one night's sleep. Usually.
Yeah, I wasn't sleeping good at the campground, so that's why that last night I got the hotel, and it wasn't Julian. It wasn't Julian, but I had trouble finding it because the maps took me to a fire station. And I had the lady on the phone, and I was like, she's like, don't you see the lake? We were right on the lake. I mean, it was so dark. I passed the lake and didn't even see the lake. And but she walked out, and it was like down this little road. It's almost like a dirt road, and I just didn't go far enough down the road. Like at the end of the at the beginning of the road, you turned, and you know how they say, you've arrived. And it told me I arrived, and I was at the fire station. I'm like, I'm at the fire station.
I've had Google take me through farmers' fields. I don't. Google Maps is great at the end. Apparently not for you though. I don't. I trust Google Maps to get me on a freeway, and I trust it to navigate the last mile if I'm lucky. It's not been a good thing for me.
Oh yeah, and the thing about the hatchback, it has a hatchback. Another thing I didn't like is I'm laying down in the back of the RAV, right? And I don't know how to open the hatchback so I got out in and out the side. I didn't know how to open the hatch from there. Like Tim was like, oh, there's this place, but it was complicated. There's they have to have a place to open it for emergency on the back.
Should be a neon colored pull handle on the inside of the hatch somewhere. Red, yellow, orange, green, something,
Yeah, it didn't have a thing. I couldn't open it from the inside, so
weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Just keep the remote fob in your pocket. It probably has a hatchback, sitting on the remote, click.
Maybe, yeah. And then I would turn my. It was almost like 100 degrees during the day at William Heights Park too. It was hot there. And I drove by my mom's house. I drove by my brother's house. I drove by my grandparents' house. So it's been emotional. Yes. Keep driving by people's houses that are gone.
So you're in North Bend right now, down by Coos Bay, huh?
Yep. It's right by Coos Bay.
It's all one town. It's just the north half is called North Bend, and the south half is called Coos Bay. But there's no change. I mean, it's all one city.
It does seem like that. Yeah.
There's a town up here that's that way. It's Gilchrist at one end and Crescent at the other. But it's one town. It's amazing how they do that. Oh, the mosquito got him. He bit me, then he hovered in a circle enough for me to slap him. I don't like killing things, but mosquitoes, they're on my hit list. I'm a firm believer in live and let live, right down to the woodland creatures. But mosquitoes, they didn't make that list somehow.
No, 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 no,
They're
no.
out for blood, and so am I. Yeah, Renee's got a cool setup. She's got the fridge, the solar panels. She set a little bed up in there to,
Mhm.
be comfy and pop
I
her
saw
upright.
it. Yeah, her tour was right after my video on Glow.
Yeah, she was at the Oregon meetup this year. That was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I only got about a day and a half there because I day tripped in, but I was doing other stuff, much less the drive down there at an hour and 10 minutes each way took a toll on my body, so I couldn't spend as much time there as I wanted to. And getting an RV ready, and it wasn't licensed. It's at a different location. It's still full of camp gear. I'd have to clean it out. But I mean, if I actually took the time to license the thing, clean it out, and get it ready to go, I just want to crawl into bed and go, I'm done. I wouldn't have gone. So doing the car trip in there was the only way this year. But it was a lot of fun. Great people there. I got to meet Dream on Wheels, and Dan City Van Life was there from Canada, and Ray showed up. It was amazing. Kathleen Klein, all
I've
kinds of
met all those
incredible
people.
names.
I've met all those
Awesome.
people.
Yeah.
No, let's not talk about it anymore, Troy.
No, it was the meetup was fun. Is my point. It was a lot of fun.
I bet it was. It was fun last year.
It was. Yeah, you had a front and center spot in your RV. Even had California travel videos up there working on the generator and the batteries or whatever it was. Yeah, the batteries
Yeah,
with your voltage meter and stuff.
I eventually got new batteries too.
Yeah.
And then, I had the new owner discovered I had this button. So when my battery died on my engine at the storage,
Yep.
there was a button that would have got my new batteries to start my engine battery.
Yeah. You
But
got to
I
hold
didn't
the
know
button.
it.
Got to hold the button while you turn the key.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I didn't know
It
that. I
joins
should have called
all the
you.
batteries together. Yes, you should have.
I should have. I should have.
It
I
joins all the batteries together and makes them all one, so everything works. You
I
can also use that if you also, in case you didn't know, if you run your coach batteries dead and your lights start going dim and you go to fire up the generator and it won't start, you can hit that button and start the generator too. It'll make the
wow.
motor battery give the coach batteries what they need to fire up the generator so you can recharge everything.
Oh, I used to start the engine to charge up the batteries for the.
Yeah, it charges them all.
Mhm. Yeah, I was still learning stuff about it, and then I sold it.
Yep. They're
But
learning curve. Yes, the Rev has a hatchback. So glad you and Christopher got to go be. Just catching up on chat. I have to leave the screen to actually see chat on the phone.
mhm.
Oh, well, it's nice and cool outside tonight.
It's cool at night all the time here. It was so cold in
Luckily,
San Francisco, but I remember it always being cold in San Francisco.
so what prompted the runaround thing? Last
But
I
run
heard,
around.
you were with the kids. You were with the kids back east. I think back east. I could be wrong. You were hanging out at one of your kids' houses. Last I heard.
No, I was in Denver at my son's.
Mm, that's where it was. What prompted the runaround?
Oh no, I
Get
was
back on the
planning
road
on
and
coming out here. I was planning on coming out for the Glow meetup.
okay. Where was that
Yeah.
anyway?
It was in San Diego County,
Okay.
Julian, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. On my budget, anything outside of Oregon is, you know, the Northwest is probably I can't do it.
Hmm.
It was
Um.
the Oregon meetup was very convenient for me last year and this year, so that was nice. I still get to go to one. And Gracie, bless her heart, it's just turning out spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, miss you, gal. I miss you.
I'll see you soon.
Right on. When you coming down?
Tomorrow. Are you gonna be free?
Seriously. Let's see. What's tomorrow? Thursday or
Friday. Today's
Friday?
Thursday.
I'm retired. I'm always free.
Yay, me too.
Yay.
Um. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know when I leave here.
Okay.
Um. Yeah. Gotta pack up. I'm not. I just don't. When I try to go to bed early, I usually just don't go to sleep. So I
I know
don't
how
go to
that
bed
is.
early.
I have seen daylight for the past 2 weeks. I have seen daylight probably 80% of the time before I go fall asleep. So I end up waking up somewhere between 11 and 2 in the afternoon. But it's been nice because I've been able to rest my back and the AC's on in the house, so I'm not, dying. We've got
Mhm.
enough smoke from the California fire up here, just enough to make it, hazy outside and smell a little smoke here and there.
Oh, really?
And it's been hot enough out during the day to where I don't even go outside. I just stay in the AC house and, catching up on
Yeah.
chores in there.
My niece said it was been 100 degrees by her, and um she has Coda. He's a Malamute. He's a husky,
Yeah.
and she's like he's miserable.
Oh yeah.
He's so hot. He
You're not
doesn't like.
supposed to shave them, but it makes you want to during this time of year. It'll grow back.
Yeah.
They got this down hair on them, huskies, that it's just incredible. There's three types of hair on a dog, and huskies are full of that down that's just so fine and tight on them. It's like a blanket.
It's
You know.
supposed to insulate them, though. Yeah.
Yep, it does. Yep.
Yeah, I heard
And
that
they say you're
before too.
not supposed to shave them, but I probably would. In springtime, I'd probably shave my husky every year.
Yeah.
Let his coat grow out for winter. Oh, another chat. Who said what?
How's your
Chloe, how's
dad
your dad
doing?
doing? Uh-huh. He's doing all right. We have our up days and down days, and there's more good days than bad, so I'm very happy about that.
You keep appearing and disappearing. What? You have a light?
Motion light. It's a solar light. I'm
Oh.
sitting out. I'm sitting out front enjoying the nice cool weather. I got out of the car, took care of business, and I walked over to the barbecue and set the phone on it. I'm sitting in a chair in front of you. I bought a 6 pack of beer to go check out the creek with. Where I took Dan and it's the creek where I took Dan and George
Hmm.
last year. I met them there before we went to my house, and I went up to see what it was like. And there's some people camping up there. They're keeping it fairly clean, so I'm pleased because the year before they trashed it. And it's this little campground that's 14 days for free on this gorgeous creek, just a little slice of paradise. And last year,
Hmm.
some homeless people went in there and destroyed it. And I was so
Yeah.
upset. This year,
Hmm.
it's still pretty clean,
That's good.
so I was very happy. It's one of my favorite spots in the area, so I keep an eye on it and check it out. Went down to the creek. Chris and I had one beer each. Drove home. got out of the car, and now I'm on 2. Enjoying the nice cool weather.
Yeah, the husky. Yeah, he tends to run off. She kept having him run off when she was in Flagstaff, and she even got fined by the sheriff one
Oh,
time because of,
dog at large, fine.
yeah, because he kept running off.
Yeah. And the light went out again.
And I hear that's common for huskies too.
Any dog that's, to do it.
Well, I'm probably gonna end this and start packing up my stuff.
Well, give me a call a little later, or I'll be up, or in the morning.
Okay.
If I don't answer right away, it's because I'm still sleeping. You'll probably be halfway here before I wake up.
I don't know because depends on when I get to sleep. I'm usually checking out at checkout time, and checkout time is 11. So
I will, Renee.
all right. Thanks for coming in, everybody.
It'll be great to see you. You take care. I'm going to go ahead and check out and let you say goodbye to everybody.
All right. Thanks, Troy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, yeah, thanks for coming in, everybody. Love you. Don't have fear, have faith. And while I'm on the road, I'm going live every Thursday night at 8:30 Pacific time. So I'll see you next Thursday. And I'm probably going to do the devotions on Sunday. So I'll see you Sunday too. Well, I'm doing videos like every day. Yeah, and I might work on some editing. But yeah, thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Roy and Becky, for coming in. Thanks. Loves was here. Everybody. A lot of people were here. Thank you for coming in, Ron. Thank you for coming in, V. Thank you for coming in, Pam. Tim was here earlier. Eric. As always, pray for Red. Red will pray for you. Love you. Bye.